I found a private message between my wife and her mother saying that she will divorce me if she returns to a dirty house. So I am printing out divorce papers tonight to make it amicable. My wife and I have been happily, or so I thought, married for 9 years. Our anniversary is next week. She just left for a 4-day girls' trip in the city, and I am staying home to care for our 3-year-old son. I wasn't thrilled about it since it's an expensive trip and money is really tight right now, but whatever. She doesn't get to see these friends very often since they live far away. I suggested that maybe we could all go together and I could spend all day hanging out with our son while she spends time with her friends. We could get a cheaper hotel than the fancy one her friends picked, and then she wouldn't have to share a room with them at night. She snores and is self-conscious about it. She did not like this idea, so we agreed I would stay home and she would go by herself instead. Our car recently broke down and we can't afford to take it to a mechanic, so I decided to work on it over the weekend. I can't leave my kid alone, so I took him with me and plopped him in the car seat with the family tablet to watch some kid shows while I work. When I turned on the tablet, a bunch of notifications popped up from a conversation between my wife and her mother, and I could clearly see that my wife said she was going to divorce me if she came home and the house was dirty. It did not sound like she was joking. It sounded like a foregone conclusion, like she's discussing if she should stay in the state or move away after the divorce. Her mother also seemed to be taking it seriously. Now, I am not the most tidy person, but our house looks like you'd expect any house with a 3-year-old to look, cluttered but not completely disgusting. We don't really have enough storage in our kitchen, so our countertops tend to collect things that we use frequently. She says she wants our kitchen to look like the ones on TikTok, but we're always making PBJs etc., so jars and commonly used utensils tend to live on the counter. We both tidy up when we have time. I do all the grocery shopping, all the cooking, and we split the rest of the housework evenly. Her only real solo chores are bath time with our son, and putting the dishes into the dishwasher. She lets them pile up and does them about once per week, and complains about how much work it is. I have asked her if she wants to switch chores and she always gets angry and says no because she is a bad cook. Fair enough. Here's where it gets weird, though. She just recently had a talk with me about how I don't respond quickly enough to her texts while I'm at work, and that it gives her massive anxiety because she starts to think that I secretly hate her and want to leave her. I assured her that's not the case, and that it's because I'm busy working. I have a job where lots of people are talking to me about time-sensitive tasks. She seemed a little relieved by my response, and now I find out that she's thinking about leaving me anyway, which makes no sense if she's scared I'm going to leave her. I thought maybe this was some kind of defense mechanism, but the conversation with her mother happened after I told her that I still love her and that I'm happy being with her. Some added context: while she was packing for her trip, she told me about a TikTok video she saw where a woman left her husband with their child for 11 days and when she came home the house was a disaster. I have not seen this video so I can't really comment on it, but 11 days with no support from your spouse seems like a pretty long time to me. She was disgusted with how this guy didn't clean up enough before his wife came home, and said that he must have done it to punish her. I can't help but notice that she saw this video right before the conversation with her mother. Also, a few weeks ago she also accused me of malicious incompetence. She couldn't explain what it was, but she saw a TikTok video where somebody was talking about their maliciously incompetent husband, and I guess she felt like it applied to me too. I was pretty offended by this, as I bust my ass to keep our home afloat. I asked her for an example, and she could not give me one. A few days later, when I came home from shopping with our son, she told me that I was being maliciously incompetent for not buying oranges at the store. Oranges were not on the family shopping list we keep on the fridge. When I was at the store, I asked my son, the primary fruit eater in the house, what fruit he wanted, and he said bananas, so that is what I bought. But she insisted that if I were not maliciously incompetent I would have gotten oranges, too. I can't help but wonder if these are truly her feelings or is she just venting or trying to feel solidarity with these my husband sucks TikTok videos. I want to talk to her about it right now, but I feel like I should wait until she gets back since I don't want to ruin her trip with an argument. How do I approach this conversation with her when she gets back? She's made jokes in the past, at least I thought they were jokes, about leaving me for a sugar daddy and having one foot out the door, but these were said in a joking manner and we both laughed at it. Again, this recent conversation with her mom did not sound like a joke to me. This has shattered my world and I'm not thinking clearly anymore. I'm not sure how I can go back to the way things were. I don't know if this relationship even salvageable. I can't tell if she's gone crazy, or if I am actually as useless as these TikTok husbands I keep hearing about and just don't know it. Nothing makes sense anymore. Update: I'm going to clean the house as well as I can tonight, and print out divorce papers. I don't know if I'll do anything with them, but if she's really determined to leave me then there's not much I can do about it anyway, so I might as well try to make it amicable. If that's what it comes down to.